Yo, Pasha Paroh, thank you for tuning. It's a big world out there. Out here, it's a big world. Come get you some. Come get you some of this world. It's here for you. It's yours. Pasha Paroh, today, what we gonna be covering? What we gonna be covering? What we gonna be covering? Right? We're gonna be talking about how to outperform your market average right now by apparently 30%. Historically proven. See, I be talking to people all the time, small business owners in particular. And they scared. They real scared right now. See, the mind justifies, the brain justifies what it wants to believe. Right? So you can tell the people who believe in fear. See, Pasha Paroh and the YNet7 crew. See, first of all, a lot of people outside of us don't get the message because they're emotional. We talk about things, why? Because it's gonna net you seven figures, right? We master building, we master builders. You have to master the building process. You gotta remove the fear. So I talk to people, small business owners, and they be like, I got all these problems, I got these issues, I need this, I need that. And I'm like, okay, cool. Critical solutions expert, Pasha Paroh, at your service. Let me throw the cape on for you. Get super heroic, right? And you look on this shoulder, and that little angel, that little person, that little figurine sitting over here talking about, yeah, go save him, go save him, go save him, take care of him, help him out. Then you look on this shoulder, that little figurine over there with the boom box talking about, don't save them, they don't want to be saved, don't save them, they don't want to, right? So what do? What do? You got to make a video like this to help the world and their emotional attachments to beliefs, because we don't operate on beliefs at YNet7. We only talk about what we know, because beliefs are dangerous. All right, so don't talk to me about what you believe. Let's talk about what you know. And if you don't know it, just say you don't know it, because that's okay, because we deal with the truth. And we only want the truth, and we only looking for the truth. And you ain't the truth, then you're not with us. And that's okay. Go be with them. We ain't even gonna give you a bad name. We not even gonna talk down about you. We not gonna say nothing wrong with you. We just gonna say y'all truth in training. We gonna call y'all the tits. Truth in training. So we see me be like, yo, what up, tit? Respect that shit. All right. So here we go. Why is this important? Right? Because people that don't care about you ain't gonna tell you this sort of stuff. They're gonna pacify your emotional. They're gonna pacify you. They're gonna give you and you're gonna be sucking on it, little pacifier. That's why the tits, right? Truth in training. You know what I mean? Pacification. They're gonna be worried about your feelings. See, while y'all worried about your feelings, nations are being overthrown. Sovereignty is being corrupted. Your future generations that aren't even here yet are being enslaved because you worried about how you feel about the truth, instead of what you need to do in response to it. Nike's campaign didn't say, how you feel? It said, just do it. So look, we talking to these business owners, and they be saying things like, yeah, I need this, I need that. And then I'm like, all right, well, let's get started. And they be like, oh, I gotta take a trip out the country. And I'll be like, okay, cool. Put the deposit down. I'll get started while you're on vacation. Oh, I don't have the budget to do both right now. And you wonder why you look out the window of your community and you see the homeless population increasing. And you see the cost of food rising. It's because you are more worried about having a Facebook selfie in a country you can't afford to stay in more than a week, that you couldn't even protect your own neighborhood because you were more worried about a Facebook selfie. That's really what it boils down to. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it, because all you're going to do is go over there, eat some food that give you diarrhea or upset your stomach for a day, or you're going to pay 10 times more than you would have invested in the restaurant next door to your home so that you could eat a plate. You're going to take some pictures, you're going to put them on your Facebook, and you're going to say, look at me now. And then you're going to come back home and be miserable for 4 to 6 months because you got them Facebook selfies. Your brand going to suffer for 4 to 6 months to 2 years because you wanted a picture in front of a foreign waterfall. That's really what you're telling me. That's why I don't. And the word respect means relate. So the reason why many people feel disrespected is because we can't relate to what y'all doing in the time of crisis that the nation is in right now. We can't relate to y'all. So the people you see moving with me, you know what we doing. It's a great book. What do you call it? Art of War, 48 Laws of Power, whatever. It say the best way to move is to appear to be alone. Because when you appear to be alone, you always appear weaker than you really are. A lot of people trying to work so hard to appear stronger, bigger, faster, this, that, and the other. But boom, I work really hard to appear less than what I am. But yeah, a lot of people aren't going to tell you what I'm going to tell you because they're more worried about your feelings than what we really got to Nike, what we really got to just do. All right, so we 8.5 minutes into it. Let's get in, because I'm tired of talking to people who don't know what they really saying because they too emotional. See, I take good notes. When I hit you up in the email and say, hey, look, here's the meeting because we had a conversation two weeks ago or whatever, and you were like, you gotta go on vacation, so you don't want to start right now, but here's the date you want to start, and then we're gonna get back. When you get back from vacation, we can get started. When I send you that invoice and remind you that the date coming up for our meeting, I don't want to hear anything that deviated from what you told me 2 weeks ago, because now you lying. See, that's a trust issue for me. I'm going to get rid of the whole you. I'm going to get rid of the whole business. I'm going to get rid of every opportunity that you thought you had with me because I can't trust you no more. Because if you tell me one thing and you do another, that's a trust issue. Period. I only want to invest in the truth. So when you hear them out there saying Pasha did this, Pasha did that, Pasha got rid of them because they weren't true. Simple. All right. So if we move out of the pacification factor, let's take a look at this real quick. 10 reasons, we're going to get into this. 10 reasons you should continue investing in your brand during a recession. All right. Because statistics show that brands maintaining their marketing output, including logo updates, achieve 3.5 times more visibility for their brand. Strong brands recovered 9 times faster from the 2008 financial crisis. Companies that increased their advertising spending during a recession had a greater chance of growing their market share and improving their financial performance after the recession ended. See, the people that talk to you about your feelings, they don't know the truth. Or maybe they do and they're trying to destroy you and you just all feeling all warm and fuzzy and you going right down the slide with them like the Pied Piper. But history shows that businesses that continue to invest in their brands during economic downturns come out stronger, simply put. For example, during the Great Depression, Kellogg's doubled its advertising budget, leading to a 30% increase in profits. Right? Similarly, Airbnb shifted its marketing budget to brand building strategies during the COVID period of time, resulting in its incredible success. Investing in branding during a recession can help companies improve their financial performance in the long run. Brands that sustain their innovation efforts during the 2009 financial crisis outperformed their market average by 30% and continue to accelerate growth for the following 3 to 5 years. Recessions are temporary, but the benefits of a strong brand are enduring. So as you can see there in the notes there, some of the data I collected, we keep hearing 30%. And I'll get this back to you at the top here. Statistics show that a brand maintaining their marketing output, including logo updates, achieve 3.5 times more brand visibility. This is why people on Audible and stuff they don't like me. Because I took the decades to learn how to do this myself. It's decades here. And when you do it right, not just, do it or say you did it, but do it right. Right? So I'm pumping out. My clients is getting updates. My clients is getting this. They mad because they afraid. All they got to do is invest with me. I'll take care of you. I'll tell you what you need to know. We'll get you moving. Don't hate. He didn't hate that trip to Guam like you should. So let's look at this, right? 10 reasons you should continue investing in your brand during a recession. Number 1, this too shall pass, right? So in here it says that turning off marketing impacts profits anywhere between 6 months to 3 years. Like you talk about you gonna save a couple grand with me, from not getting a logo, and you gonna lose 3 years worth of profits. That's what it's gonna cost you. That's why it's not actually, I care about the community because that's why I'm doing these things for you, because what it should really cost you is $50,000 to $100,000 for what I do. I can't talk about the person that's doing logo, that's drawing a little picture here. Hold on a second. I had to switch up. Yeah. I can't talk about the person that's drawing a little sketch asking if you like it. Don't got nothing else behind it. For what I do, it should cost you at least 50 to 100 grand. But I'll be working with you. Like Jay-Z said, they ain't got the bread. I work with them. You don't even know how insulting you are. Because you don't even know what the value is. Because you don't know what you don't know. And not you, for the core people of the Y-7, but you know what I mean. I'm talking to the people who's watching this video that's like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, give me 2 to 5. I'll take care of you. I'll give you $1 million project for 5 Gs right now because you broke. You just don't know you broke. You feel like you balling because you ain't never had nothing in life. You feel like you balling because you ain't never been around people that's really balling. See, I done been to the top. I done been to the bottom. I come from the bottom. I done been to the top. I've seen it all. Everything in between. So I know where you really at. You ain't fooling me. You fooling yourself. I'm trying to help you. And I'm only trying to help you because we're trying to build sustainable communities because our future is at risk here. You playing games. So when you feel disrespected, I accept it for value. So let's look at this. Rotation through seasons of business is unavoidable. Basically, it's ups and downs. We all go through this. Now, I didn't read over this like I normally do because I've been doing some things. And I said I wanted to talk to you about this. And I found some supporting evidence. And I said, let's go. Because, see, that's where we go wrong, a lot of us. We want to wait and wait. And then you find yourself waiting. And you don't wait it. And you don't wait it till it's too late. So for this one, I just hit the button. You see, I did a little search. I got my little highlight here. I scanned over the topics. And without reading all through them, we're going to go through this live. So this is live. What I read to you earlier, you know, I normally keep notes and directions. That was the limit. That was the end of my notes. So you got the natural Pasha now. So if you thought the notation Pasha offended you, well, prepare for the whole truth, nothing but the truth. You know the rest. So ups and downs of business, basically. So when business is good, it seems like spring, you know, blah, 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 whatever it says, planting season here, da-da-da. In the fall, you harvest the fruits, all this good stuff. So in the winter, you know, time out doing well. But let's look at these numbers. I like statistics here. So it says the mistakes many brands make is to treat one hard winter as a never-ending season. 75% of recessions end within a year and 30% only last 2 quarters. Well, we know we're in about a 3 to 4 year rut right now. So it's the perfect time for you to be doing as much refreshing and rebranding and repositioning and retooling as possible because one, people are so distracted. This is a great opportunity for you to stay relevant. Right? How do you do that? Boom, boom, boom. You gotta come with new information. Your favorite songwriter or singer didn't become your favorite singer because you listened. They kept putting out the same song for 10 years. All right. So let's go. What else we got here? You have an offer to take it to your place. Let's see what they talk about in this one. So remember the serial post? It says, yeah, didn't think so. Back in the 1920s, Post was a leader in its category. At the time, the well-known Kellogg cereal brand of the day was falling behind Post. When the Great Depression hit in 1929, Post cut its advertising budget. See, that's you. You're Post. You're cutting your advertising budget. You're saying, I want to go overseas instead of do what I need to do for my business, and then my business isn't taking off and it's not making the money I wanted to make, and you got all this laundry list of complaints what your business ain't doing. And then what did you do? You didn't breathe the life into your business. You didn't give your business the life support. You went and took the life support to your emotions and gave it life support and went and hopped on a plane. You ran. from your problems. See, because this is what do they call it? Fight, flight, or freeze. You froze your accounts from your business. And then you flight on a plane overseas to avoid the situation because you needed immediate, what do they call that? Immediate dopamine sensation. You're going to go over there, get temporary feel good chemicals dropped in your bloodstream from your brain. And then you're going to come back here to your reality. It's going to hit you even harder. Like instead of a ton of bricks that you would have had, now it's a 10 ton of bricks. And you're going to be on your Facebook then talking about, yeah, diamonds are made from pressure. Pressure that you wouldn't even have had if you just invested now. But hold on, let's get back to this. Raw and uncut. So post-cut its advertising budget. Kellogg's, however, decided to double it. They went all in. They kingpin on the poker table with the poker face. They just saw you fold and they looked at the rest of the competition at the table and they said, they slid their chips in. Took a toothpick. Started gritting their teeth on it. Like, we know what time it is. We see the fear in y'all. Y'all afraid. So Kellogg's went all in. Then came Kellogg's era of snap, crackle, and pop. They snap, crackle, and pop it out this month. You see what I'm saying? Its profits grew by 30%, and the rest is history. All right, let's see here. Let's see what else they got. All right, let's look at this. I'll be having fun with this stuff. See, that's why I know y'all don't know nothing, because y'all don't, not y'all, but these people that be talking to y'all on Facebook, they be in your comment section telling you, why you wrong. They don't do no research. They operating on their emotions, their feelings. They listen to what their neighbor told them that works for the company that's going out of business. They don't even know how to run a business, but they listening to what they told them, right? So any moment of uncertainty, particularly an economic one, is ideal to capitalize on excess share of voice. Ooh, I like that. ESOV. Excess share of voice. So a share of voice above market share. When others rein in their spending until it all blows over. Oh, you know what this is? This is that post I made a few weeks ago where I was like, the freedom of speech has a cost. See, oh man. Okay, well, you know what? I get it now. I get it. Freedom of speech has a cost. So you gotta be quiet because you're scared to say something. Your brand's scared to talk. Your brand is not an adult right now, so it need to be quiet when the adults are in the room. I get it. That's why you hopped on the plane, because when the adults are in the room talking business, you tell the kids, go outside and play. Oh, I get it now. I get it. It makes sense. I didn't know. My bad. I didn't know I was talking to children. So when others rein in their spending until it all blows over, a surplus of extra space is created for your brand to step forward into the limelight. In the 2008 recession, advertising expenditures dropped by 13%. As a result, statistics show, here we go, 3.5 times more brand visibility for the brands that maintain their marketing output. So brands that continue to invest during a recession enjoy double the benefit of a surge in their voice of their ESOV, their excess share of voice, without increasing their spending to achieve it. So basically, spending 2 to 5K with me right now is really about worth 10 to 15. But y'all ain't poker players. Y'all playing Connect 4 over in the Bahamas. Where are my poker players at? You play poker? Put something in the chat. So brands that invest during a recession recover faster. You know what I mean? I guess it's kind of like why you see y'all notice when y'all be talking about the sports. Oh, if you don't work through your injury, then you're gonna take longer to come back, and we need you back on the team, right? And then what do y'all do? You do exactly the opposite for your business. So to take a short-term approach to marketing budgets is like chopping off, it says here, the terminal bud of a plant, doing more harm than good to grow later down the line. Brands that decrease their share of voice in a recession risk suffering proportional decrease in market share. Meanwhile, strong brands recovered 9 times faster from the 2008 crisis. Because they had what to say before? 3.5 times more ESOV. You're getting more for less right now. But y'all fight, flight, freeze said, we're going to fly out. We're going to fly out. We're going to take these selfies. That's going to make us feel good for the moment. Instead of what's going to make us feel good, what's going to make us sustainable for the duration. Yeah, we got, that's what it's called, short-term gratification. They wanted short-term gratification. They weren't real. They didn't want real love. They wanted the quick fix. I get it. See, I gotta learn. I gotta take time to learn their psychology, because then I can appreciate the disconnects. That's why that gaslighting don't work on us. Why that 7? Because they try to throw all this gaslighting stuff at us, and then they don't get why we not emotionally attached to that bullshit. You know what I mean? Like when I say, hey, look, I'll give you 3 to 4 tracks. I'll ghostwrite the songs for you, or I'll help you write the lyrics. I'll make the beat. I'll record it if you're local. If not, send me the track stems. I'll mix and master it. I'll do the cover art all for you for $2,500. And you got haters talking about, what are you gonna get for $2,500? First of all, if you can't read, then that's another issue, because everything I just said in the post is what they get for the $2,500. But what it turned out to, I talked to them so I could learn what they were thinking. Right? I ain't one of the people that's going to X you out because you're a hater or a troll. I'm going to be like, let me learn about this perspective, because what you learn about when you deal on big business levels is each one person represents at least 60,000 people to any given brand. So that one person that's trolling you, that you think is cool to just, you troll, what they talking about? Because 60,000 people at least look at it the same way. And it's not to say they're right, but find out what the emotional disconnect is. Find out what their projection issue is. Find out what they have a problem, yes, but find out what their problem is, so that you can know more about that disorder, that mental illness that they have, because you may want to cater to it. So when you find out what they were mad about, what it turned out is that they were mad that when they searched Pasha Paroh, they didn't see years of production as a producer, and they saw me charging $2,500. Because what they don't realize, what I had to tell them at the end of that was, so what you're admitting is that you searched Pasha Paroh and you saw this and that come up for production, and you feel like, why am I charging $2,500 when it looks like I just started? Because you don't realize I've been producing myself for years. I've been writing my own songs for years. I've been mixing and mastering myself for years. I've been recording myself for years. Comma. And I'm just starting now to do it for other artists in the last year. And then what you're mad about is I don't even know what you charge, but you're mad that I'm entering in the arena charging $2,500, and I'm going to go up from here. Well, thank you. I appreciate that observation. I'm not even mad at you for trolling anymore. You're actually supporting my brand. You are actually one of my best marketing promotions right now. So I appreciate you. See, but when you don't take time to learn and you're emotionally attached, you're in there talking about, you troll, get off my page. And you miss the whole opportunity to learn about something, whether it's yourself, what gives you added value, whether it's what the people really might have an issue with, a distaste or a disdain, so that you can actually articulate the value to the next series of people that may have an actual interest, but may feel the same way. So people that's talk about, they don't even realize they're my, some of them are haters of my greatest case studies. Yeah, the people that's rocking with you get it. They know the value. But how do you increase? You got to understand the people's minds that are on the fence. Let's get back to this. All right, so free high value here. All right, so where were we at? Why those brands held the nerve to share a voice? Okay, so it's bouncing back to what I was saying earlier too. So, and they bounced back strongly when recovery came. Brands that invested in the ESOV through the recession saw 5 times as many large business effects. I don't know what that means. What's a large business effect? Let's see if they tell us. Such as profit, pricing, share, and penetration. See? Pricing, profit, pricing, share, and penetration. They saw 5 times as much. And 4.5 times the annual market share growth. Around 60% of brands that increased media spend in the last recession saw greater ROI. Notably, the brands that spent more, not less, on paid advertising saw a 17% increase in incremental sales. This is why the people I'm doing content management for on Facebook don't want you to know it's me. Because they want to go pull up at the venue and the event and hop out in a little and say, look at me, right? But the real people gonna say, yo, look, glad to be here today. Shout out to my man Pasha behind the scenes making this happen for me. Why? Not because they want to celebrate Pasha, but because they want to give you the opportunity to have the same success in your community so that we can make not just that person sustainable, but you as well. But you know what? That's why I don't deal with certain people. Because when I see that they want to hide me from you, it means they're not really caring about the community. They're only caring about themselves. And I don't want to work with people who are only wanting to care about themselves, because that means my investment in the community stops with them when it could have been far reaching. And I'm looking for the max ROI. I need to help as many people as possible. So don't get twisted on what you hear in the streets, or why somebody might tell you Pasha got rid of them, or why they might try to tell you they stopped talking to me. First of all, they didn't stop talking to me. Pasha canceled the situation. Because they weren't built for where we're going. Let's go. Hold on. Let's take a break here. We got this. This ain't my music, but I like to give you all this little background stuff. But let's take a little jam moment. Break this up a little bit. Yeah, I know y'all feeling that. All right, let me turn it down a little bit. Let's get back to it. All right. Shit. Look, stopping brand investment will hinder your business for years to come, right? So in 1990 and 91 recession, McDonald's decided to cut its advertising spend and promotion budget. maybe that's why the food is the way it is today. So as a result, they created space in the market for the now widely known Pizza Hut and Taco Bell. Pizza Hut managed to increase its sales by a whopping 61%, and Taco Bell saw its sales growth escalate by 40%, while McDonald's sales decreased by 21%. So let the feared people do this, right? Well, let me get big for you real quick, right? Because if you big, you take up space, right? You take up a lot of space when you're good, but when you coward and you get in that fetal position, the baby come out, right? To go play outside, kids, right? You get like this, you get small. Remember that the what did they say? The ESOV went from broadcasting to, that's what they look like. So when they do that, you see what I'm saying? Look at the screen. When you go from here to here, look at how much space, look at how much more space that creates around me in the background. That now, if you're looking at it from a business standpoint, you just closed up and did this and gave our team, because we coming, right? My team getting logos, they getting marketing, they getting branding, we doing promo panel campaigns. We getting 30 times. We were getting 30 times the content engagement percentage results before the situation, during the situation. So what happens when they'll get smaller and then what they say, give us 13 times more? That's why they're going to invest with me. The scared people going to come to you because you do a logo for $175. The real people going to come to me because they already make millions. They're not worried about putting up a couple G's. All right, let's get back to this. I gotta explain it to y'all. I had to learn, because when I talk to science, when I tell the truth, people are emotional. It took me. Hold on, let me get big, because I gotta keep it real with y'all. Look, y'all know I come from a scientific background. I'm a Virgo. We not emotional. So, I mean, there's no apologies, unapologetic. We not emotional. Period. That's Pasha number one. Then, I'm very scientific. I'm equation based, not variables. So basically, long story short, is we don't got time for bullshit. And I had to learn that a lot of people, my fault, my error, going into the small business space, coming from corporate America, was that small business owners were about their shit and not bullshitting like corporate America was. Because corporate America appreciates, remember, the risk mitigation. Pepsi spends $1.2 million on a logo because a large chunk of that is risk mitigation. They want to make sure it's done right. Take your time, do it right. What do you need to get it done? If I came to Pepsi and said, yo, I'll do your logo for 50 grand, they would tell me, shut the fuck up and get out of here. You're not even ready to do this if you only charging 50 grand. I come tell y'all 50 grand, y'all gonna commit suicide, some of y'all. Okay, so that was my flaw. I'm not even gonna call it a flaw. That was I had to take the time to learn a lot of the people out there, because I thought they were like the people in here. Right? And that's okay. But here's why I'm getting this information to you now. It took me a little while, but they had a good bit of time talking about, oh, Pasha's this, Pasha that, he's arrogant, he's this, he's rude. No, y'all just didn't understand. When we do projects as a greenbelt, when I lead $1 million projects for 3M and corporate America world, $1 billion companies, it's expected that project should be done in 6 to 9 months. 6 to 9 months. Stuff y'all doing that take 4 and 5 years, I'm looking at like it's a 6-month project. And you're wondering why I'm mad. I'm mad because my communities are taking 4, 5, 6, 8 years to complete a 6-month project because their emotions are in the way. Nothing else. When you break it down, there is nothing else holding them back except for their fucking emotions, and they don't know what they don't know. And your kids are gonna suffer for 27 years at least of their life because you got emotional problems. That's really what we're talking about here, and I can't stand it. You can say what you want about me, but that's the truth. The communities are spending 4 to 8 years working on a 6-month project because they have emotional attachments to beliefs, and they don't know what they don't know. And then what makes them feel good in a pacifying situation is to say, Pasha's this, Pasha's that, he's rude, he's upset, and yeah, you're damn right, because you're taking 8 years to do a 6-month project because you're acting like little kids. And our communities are suffering, everything's over in China, and we ain't got nothing here to show for it but debt. And I'm offended by it. But I can't fault you or blame the people that's the real problems. I'm just building the solutions with those who get it. So we taking our time. We're going to reach critical mass. Now back to this regularly scheduled program. All right, let's go. Where were we at? So McDonald's, they was doing their thing. They cut their spending by 21%, and they basically created Pizza Hut and Taco Bell because of that. So let the people cower it up, make the more space for you. Come spend some money. There's a little bit of fiat currency. It's all fake anyway. They print it, and you can't do nothing else with it after we going. Give it to me a little bit. I'm gonna make some magic happen. We're gonna get you what they say, whopping 61% increase here for Pizza Hut. Taco Bell saw 40% growth. Okay, so this was possible because consumers are strongly habitual. Like when you are habitually afraid, you continue to do fear stuff. Like, you know what I mean? That's why when they come to me like, Pasha, you just started making beats. Like, you just got the keyboard yesterday. How you going to start putting them on the internet already? Because I ain't afraid of someone telling me it don't sound like $1 billion beat because I know I just started. They know I just started. What you're going to do is you're going to sit back and you're going to watch me get better, and you're going to appreciate it by this time next year when I'm making beats that I can sell as part of that $2,500 package that they mad about. Because they just watch me just start and do it in front of them, and they've been doing it for 10 years and they still ain't got there yet because they're afraid. All I can do is lead by example. I lead by example. Ain't nothing I ain't told you that you ain't just sit here and watch me do for the last 5, 10 years, 20 years. That's why they mad. And that's why you glad that we together. So let's get back to this video. So they habitual. So any share loss is harder to recapture as the economy expands again. Brands that cut marketing spend to zero in a recession can take up to 5 years to catch up with those that maintain their market spend. So all the people out there that just cut their little budget to zero, they telling me in the email, I have a logo. Yeah, you had a pair of sneakers, but that didn't stop you from going to Ross and getting another pair. You know what I mean? Hold on. Let me do some justice here. Hold on, give me a second. You know what I mean? You had a shirt. You had a t-shirt. It ain't stop you from going and get that other one. Right? Did it? Your car just got washed last week. It didn't stop you from spending 20, 40, 50 bucks on getting it washed again this week. I ride around. My shit was dirty sometimes. I didn't care. The brakes still work. Right? Hold on. Damn, was it that long ago? All right, well, I forget the name. I think it's like RC or JC I was walking one day. I was just like, I need a new belt, man. And I don't went up in there. And they had a decent little belt for me. I got a little belt, like it was like $16, man. Spent $16. Got a great belt. I'll get them next time, right? Why? Because I would rather put $16 into the brand, survival of the brand, than I would making sure my pants stay up. I can pull them up every now and then when they slip, right? Until the brand get to the point, you know what I mean? So peep it. All right, so let's get back to this here. So brands that cut marketing spend to zero in a recession can take up to 5 years to catch up with those that maintain marketing spend. Now look, let me tell you something here. Look, you see this around me? I would like to say I have something like this one day, right? How about you? You see the views on my Facebook page. If you're not on my hold on, let me get big for you on the screen here. If you're not on my Facebook page, then it's Pasha Paroh. And if you don't know how to spell it, it's right here at the bottom of the screen. Look, right there. Boom. You could throw that in Google, everything pop up. I got a knowledge panel. So if you're talking about marketing and branding and you don't have a knowledge panel, then you can probably know I'm doing something right for myself. And despite how you feel about my music, my production, or whatever you think I'm doing that you're going to say I ain't that good at, or whatever you want to hate about, apparently I know what I'm doing if Google looks at me as the way they look at me, right? Because I don't even go outside. You do. So why are you not in a better position than I am if everybody know you and nobody know me, right? So here's the thing. I'm here. Do you know what that means? That means you can network with me if you here. Do you know how much value that adds to this location? Come on down here, get you a space here. Hit me up in the email. Let me talk to the people, right? Let me get you in one of these offices. And let's sit here and work together and see what we got as a conglomerate to create a local GDP. I don't want to see you fighting with the dude across the street, the chick across the street for the same dollar. I don't want your nail technician to be getting mad because this customer went over there when y'all live in the same neighborhood. Let's work together, right? It's the same thing I tried to do with Aligner when they got mad because they don't understand. They little clicks. It was gonna destabilize their clicks. Like, you gotta get rid of these emotional attachments. That's why you failing. You fighting over the same dollar. Come down here, get an office. Holler at me. Let me work something out for you with the leadership here. And then we can strategize, come together, work together to bring in whatever you want to call it. You want to call it revenue. You want to call it I ain't calling it income, but you want to call it whatever you want to call it, the fiat currency from other parts of the globe, from other parts of the nation. And we can bring it here. Then we ain't got to fight over what's here. Like dogs over a little bowl of food. All right, let's get back to it. So brands that cut marketing spend to zero in a recession can take up to 5 years to catch up with those that maintained marketing spend. Having your marketing budget in the first year of a recession can decrease that recovery time to 3 years. But the long-term effects of cutting costs is still strikingly devastating. So when making your budget decisions, remember that winning back market shares can be more costly. And that's why when you talk to real business, like big business, they'll tell you that it's easier for them to maintain the customers they got than to get new ones. That's why they spend so much on the retention side in comparison to marketing for new ones. So recession proofing now will cushion your brand for the next hit. And basically what this is talking about is like, here, when the curves point upward again, that's what Toyota thought about carefully. It says when the recession hit in the United States in 1973, the car manufacturer committed to a strategy that brought in high sales in the boom time. When the recession ended in 1976, Toyota surpassed its rival manufacturer, Volkswagen, as the top imported car manufacturer in the US. In 2008 recession, Toyota took the opportunity to launch the Toyota IQ, the smallest four-seat car in the world at the time, to offer a cost-effective solution to the economically stretched buyers. It's kind of like what I'm doing. Like, yeah, it's worth $50,000, but everybody's economically gets stretched. So let's do $5,000. I'll work with you, right? We'll get you in a position where you can go up 60%, potentially. The car didn't take off post-recession, but remains a testament to their recession-proofing strategy. In 2011, they continued to find unique ways to stay afloat, maintaining job security and increasing efficiency. And by 2022 February, that thing here damaged the global economy. Toyota still topped Volkswagen as the largest car manufacturer in the world by sales volume. So building your brand not only helps drive your business when business is going well, but it also prepares your brand for the next slump. If you don't survive and thrive in a recession, your business will grow If you don't survive but thrive in a recession, your business will grow exponentially, often far beyond the growth of your competitors. So take a look at the rest of this article, right? At your leisure. It's going to give you some information about most buyers or future buyers. Your competitors are investing in their brand stack. Crisis means problems. Problems are exactly where brands thrive. Like, this is what you're doing. You're killing our innovation, right? Balance is secret. The brand is part of the answer. Some brand seeds you sow now will likely bloom early. So get yourself your own understanding of that. Look at it. Contact me, Pasha Paroh at gmail.com. You guys got my number. I'm trying to tell you, man, let's do this. All right. You see the value here. You know what the risk is. You cut it to zero. It's going to take you 5 years. So look at the people around you. If they have cut it to zero and they're not doing marketing and branding, they're not updating their logos right now, what can they tell you? What expertise do they actually have? So you got to understand value, because if they're not telling you that they're doing this for themselves or this is what you should be doing too, then either one, they don't care about you, or they're working against you purposely because they want to see you fail. So they're going to not tell you, or they simply just don't know. And that's the problem. We got a lot of people that don't know what they're talking about, trying to tell you something. But the issue is they go and get you all emotionally attached because it sounds so warm and fuzzy. They play to your emotions and this, that, and the other, that because you feel good when you hear what they tell you, when someone that actually comes and tells you the truth comes along, you run from them, you freeze and hop on that plane flight back out of fear of the truth. And what I want you to do is I want you to outperform your market average by up to and maybe even more than 30% by getting rid of the fear. Let's get you a new visual identity today. Pasha Paroh.